Good morning, good morning. It looks like I'm live on both places, Instagram and Facebook this morning. Good morning, guys. It is 7 o'clock on this good Wednesday morning. I believe it's Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday morning. Good morning, good morning. And I had to double check, honestly. But good morning, everybody out there in Instagram world and Facebook world. It is good to be here with you all this morning at 7 a.m. They are, listen, our co-host is down here whining. Good morning, good morning, good morning, India. Good morning, Twanda. I am Shavetta Belton, the host of Sip of Morning Motivation. I am, good morning, Sabrina, also the owner of Divine Oasis Salon. I am an author, which is pretty exciting, pretty dope, Style by Faith. I am also a motivational, inspirational speaker. And even outside of all those beautiful things, I am a mother and a wife, and I am happy to be here with you all this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Instagram. I don't even know if anybody's on over there. Good morning, Bridget. Good morning, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me this morning. It is 7 a.m. for some of us. We have been up since 5. Some have been up before then. So I say unto you, good morning, and thank you for joining me. Each week you guys show up, and I'm so appreciative because you could have chose anywhere else, but you chose to hop on and hang with me. So I say thank you. Thank you to each one of you all. My co-host is down here scratching at my feet. I think he's trying to get up here, but we're going to let him see if he can float through the house on his own this morning. Good morning, Tiffany. Good morning, Marilyn. I think over here in Instagram, it's Craig. Y'all, I missed 1 week in Instagram. Was last week. I did not have my device. And what I figured out about social media is... you miss a week and they get in their feelings, and then, it's hard for you to catch back when. Hey, Brittany, good morning, y'all. So let's hop on in. Hey, Kathy, listen, I'm sharing all these good mornings. It is good to be with you all this morning. I'm excited. Hey, Danella, good morning. So I'm excited to be on this morning. Michelle, good morning. Y'all, listen. The song, I posted the song as soon as we came out of prayer this morning, as we were in prayer. And I was praying, right? And I'm doing a 40-day prayer challenge. I told y'all that. And we're on day 17. And you want to come with me? We're on day 17. And so in day 17, we were circling the prayers that we wanted answered immediately, the things that we wanted answered immediately. And so as we're in it, and we're finishing, but on today, I'm entering into this new, into a new place without saying too much. And I'm literally, what I'm about to do, I have to depend on him solely, right? But as I'm in there and I'm praying and we're circling these things, I'm praying that God, the things that aren't, what's in my heart, that's not like you, the things that I need to release to get to other places in these relationships, right? Because it's some relationships that I need to know where I may have gone wrong in them, so that I can rectify what I need to rectify, or if I've done all that I can do in that, in the fixing of that relationship, that I have peace in it. But so I'm seeking him for some things, and as I'm coming in prayer and as I'm coming out of prayer, I hear "Empty Me," which is William Murphy's song, "Empty Me," and all I could hear was "Holy fire, burn away the desires that are unlike you, but they are of me. I need more of you and less of me." And a lot of times that is a scary thing to ask for, because comfort is in the place of us being us. And that's the truth. We find comfort. Good morning, Liz. Good morning, Shayla, Chandra. Good morning, y'all. It's comfort. And good morning, Dee. It's comfort in us being us. Because see, I know me, and this is how I move, but what are you willing to give up to be more like him and less of you? What is it, really expose it, God. Not saying expose me to the world, but expose me to me. What is it in me that's keeping me? Hey, Demetra, what is keeping me from being all that you need me to be? What is it in me that is keeping me in this place? Because sometimes, good morning, Keisha, sometimes we sit and we wonder why we feel stagnant, why we feel stuck, why we feel lost. And honestly, hey, Dania and Julie, honestly, a lot of times it's things in us that we haven't surrendered to God yet. It's things in us. Good morning, Hayward and Jametta. It's things in us that are keeping us from going into this next place with Him. You know, our hearts, you know, our mouths are saying, I desire a closer relationship with you. I desire to feel your presence in every move. I desire to do the things you would have me to do. But have we also surrendered the desires of our flesh? The desires that we have that are keeping us from reaching that place? That is a scary thing to do, because then we go into territory that we're not sure of, places that we're not sure of. So then we're actually surrendering ourselves completely to Him and allowing Him to take full control. Hey, Deidre. So it's like, at that point, what is it in me? You know, what is it in me, God, that is keeping me from reaching that place? So when I'm praying and I'm asking God for these things this morning, and I'm like, I just, you know, because I was bold enough last week when He was teaching, we were being taught about the Watchman on the Wall. And I can't remember what day that fell under. But my desire was, listen, God, I want to see what you see. I want to hear what you want to hear. I want to feel what you feel. You know, but protect me, because I know the things that I'm asking for are pretty big, right? But also I want to make sure that I have the capacity. But in order to even receive those things, I have to humbly say, listen, empty me, God, empty me. What is it in me that's going to keep me from the things you have for me? You know, these are the things I desire, but am I able to carry the things I'm praying for? Am I able to handle the things I'm praying for? Because when we get into the thick of things, our flesh gets weak. Our flesh get weary. We get warm. We get scared, you know? But are we clear enough to say, I want more of you and less of me? Because I know me, Shavetta, I can't carry this. I can't do this. But if I have more of you and less of me, I can carry the load in which I'm asking. I can carry the load in which I'm carrying. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Jacoby. Hey, Alexis. Beverly. I can carry these things. Good morning, y'all. You know, so this morning when I was coming out, and then I had to go back and I got a little notepad and I wrote, He said, holy fire, burn away the thing that is more of me and less of you. Burn it away. Because see, if it's burned away, you know, not move it to the side, Lord. If it's not of you, move it to the side. You know, because if you just move something to the side, you can go back and pick it back up. If you just sit it to the right, then it could be, you can go back and pick it up. Because can we be honest? Sometimes we go back and pick up the things that make our flesh feel good. Sometimes we go back and pick up the things that make us feel adequate, that make us feel complete, that make us feel whole, whether it be our egos, or if it's egos, or if it's our fleshly desires, be it food, be it drinks, be it anything that actually makes our flesh feel better. So Lord, just sit it to the side, move it to the side, Lord, move it out my way. No, but in this song, He said, burn it. Holy fire, burn it away. My desire for anything that is none of you. Anything, because if you burn it, then it's no way, it's ashes, it's diminished, it's no more. It's no more. So if it's no more, then I can go back and pick up the ashes, but what can I make out of that? What can be done with that? Nothing. But if I happen to go back and I happen to just ask you to just sit it to the side, I can go back and pick up those things that make me feel better. I can go back and do something with the things that just aren't of you. But no, I desire to have it burned away. I desire to have it moved away. Hey Vania, hey Jessica, I desire to have it moved away, like burned, diminished, because I don't want it anymore. It serves me no purpose. Rejection, disappointment, hurt, malice in my heart. It serves me no purpose. It does nothing for me. So God, burn it, because I don't want it. I can't do anything with it. So I want it to be burned. I don't want this to come back. I don't want fragments of these things to reappear. I don't want this to reappear in my life. I want none of me, less of me and more of you. What does that look like? You know, and so many times, because this past weekend I had a moment. I was on a call with my mentor, right? And we went through my DISC assessment. You know, y'all know I'm transparent, because I believe that I don't just go through things for me. I go through it for us, right? I go through it for anybody who may listen to this message now or later, right? So in that, we were doing the DISC assessment, and in the DISC assessment, good morning y'all in Instagram, in the DISC assessment, it went through my personality trait, right? And mine is very much a filler, right? And as we're going through the DISC assessment, I found myself going back to a place of rejection, because in the DISC assessment, it spoke of my personality. And in my personality, and per the DISC assessment, it made it seem like I would struggle as a business owner, right? Because it's certain disciplines that you need per the DISC assessment to be a great business owner, right? And I'm like, okay. So what I realized in the conversation is he's sitting me at new tables with new people that will push me to my next. So when you think about your 5, we speak of your 5. My pastor has spoke and taught on your top 5, right? So then you start looking at who you're sitting at this table with. Who are you surrounded by? And you want to make sure that at your table, you're not the highest tier. Because if you're the highest tier, then you're not gaining anything in this atmosphere. It's time to shift and change the seat at your table, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm at this table. This table is purely uncomfortable, because what it is, it's a one-on-one table on top of that. It's something different when you sit at a table one-on-one with a person, right? Because it's all the attention is on you. It can't go to the left, can't go to the right, can't go to this person or that person. It's just directly on you. So I'm sitting at this table of 2, me and the mentor that I spend every Saturday morning with for an hour, 9 o'clock every Saturday morning with her for an hour. And as we're going through my assessment and we're calling out those things, the enemy automatically made me look at myself differently, made me really downplay who I am. Good morning, guys. And so what started to happen in the process was I started seeing all the negative and none of the positive. You know, hear me. I love you too. If you've ever been in that place where you're at a table and it's uncomfortable, give me some hearts. Let me know you're there. But I'm sitting at this table and it's uncomfortable. But instead of me seeing it as a building block, I started to feel insecure. I started to feel unsure. I started to doubt myself sitting at this table, right? So I'm at this table and it is exposing me as a person, but it's also speaking, instead of me seeing that the things of me that are positive, the things that make me who I am, I saw them as negatives. And y'all, let me tell you something. It just didn't stick with me for an hour or so. It stuck with me for over a day. So when we went into prayer, the next morning, I found myself having to circle some hard things, because what it made me realize is I'm still dealing with some rejection. I'm still dealing with some things prior to this growth that I still have to work on, right? So I didn't grab it as a negative, right? At this point, I'm not grabbing at the negative anymore, but I'm really realizing that in this place is some more things I have to work on. So it's some more things that is within me, that is more of me and less of him. Who does he call me? How does he see me? What has he placed in me that makes me me? That may, but my flesh start questioning everything that good morning that was that I saw I pulled as a negative. How many times have you sat in places, right? Good morning, y'all. How many times have you sat in places, right, at a table that was set for you? Because I know this is a God-ordained table. This is a God-ordained, a divine connection. But at that time, the enemy would have loved for me to get in my mind, because the old me, what I would have done was I would have got off that call that day, right? And then I would have found a reason not to return. Good morning in Instagram world. Good morning for all that just logged on. If you can give me some hearts, let me know you there. If you feel led to share, please do so. But at the end of the day, old me would have been so shamed and felt so vulnerable in a sense. I would have felt naked. I would have felt very naked, and it would have caused me not to log back on. It would have caused me not to find a reason every week not to get on the call. I would have found a reason to abort the situation, because that was a very that place I was in was rough, man. It was rough because it exposed so much. Some stuff she didn't even know. Right? Because not only that, I'm normally on the Zoom where she could see my face. Well, Saturday I couldn't. So on Saturday, I was on the Zoom with just my camera up, right? With my picture up, and I'm crying. And so I let her know, please forgive me, I'm crying right this second, right? I don't mind tears. I don't mind showing that side of me. I think because that has become a place where I used to hide it. It has become a place where I'm comfortable, because I don't have time to hide emotions. I don't have time to be fake or phony or flawed. I don't have time. So that in that place I was fine, right? So I told her, please forgive me, I'm crying. But behind that picture, I was broken, because I started seeing all the negative, and I couldn't see the positive of who I was. I couldn't see where I've grown, I still, and it was funny because I had a conversation with my other mentor, which right now God has me with two amazing women of God, right? So I'm on the phone with my other mentor, and we're talking about it. And I was like, it was a place of rejection. She was like, yeah, we need to talk about that. And that was the beautiful part, because it was confirmation. Shavetta, you hear me. Shavetta, you see it. So now give it to me. So God, show me these things. Where do I need to deal with this? Because see, we a lot of time think, oh, I'm finished. I'm not dealing with the spirit of rejection anymore. Psh, but you are. But you have been. And so I realized that in that place, that's what I was dealing with. And it kept me bound for 2 or 3 days. 2 or 3 days before I legitly realized where this was coming from. Where was this anchored from? It was anchored from a place of rejection. And so then instead of me just going, oh, I'm not going to no, God, show me. God, uproot it. God, go to the root of this thing that has me bound. Because I don't want to be stuck anymore. How many of us honestly don't want to be stuck anymore? How many of us want to be empty from the things of the flesh and have more of him and less of us? Huh? How many of us clearly, truly want to be healed? Because some things we hold on to because it makes us comfortable. If I keep this scar right here open just a little bit, I'll remember the pain that I felt then. So then guess what? It can't hurt me. Because see, if you push right there, I feel it. So then it'll keep me from going back where I came from. No, heal. Good morning, Ebony. Heal from that place. What is it? Good morning, Lisa. What is it? See, sometimes we keep those, because see, I'm going to keep this wound right here, because it's going to let me know when that thing come back, no, you're not healed. Go ahead, irrigate it. Go ahead and get it clean. Your scars of yesterday will be your stories of tomorrow. We can look at it, we can do it that way. But what we won't do is walk around here with gaping holes so that we won't ever go back to that place again. No, heal so that you can go back fully in that place. So that when you go, you won't have pus and wounded areas leaking on people. You know what I mean? So then what is it in me? What is it in me that is unlike you? Burn it up. Holy fire, come and burn it up. I don't want to sit it to the side. I don't want it to be there for later. I don't want to be able to go pick it up. No, I want that thing burnt up. Burn up, ashes, because I can't do a thing with ashes, right? I can draw me a note. This pain used to be here. So then you have a clear visual from which you've come from. But we don't want to pick up those things that are not like him. The things that will keep us hindered and bound. We don't want that. Because we want, yes, Octavia, true freedom. You know? So this weekend, it was hurtful for a little while. But I thank God for the space where I was able to take those things and give them back to him. Because it was nothing that I could do with them, right? It was nothing that I can do with that hurt. It was nothing I can do with that pain. Excuse me. It was nothing I can do with it other than see the greatness in it. I had to remember. He put this in me. So yeah, you say I inspire, I motivate, I encourage. I am the light, I am laughter, I am joy. You know what I mean? It was certain things on that list that I'm like, those are good attributes. But because of my thought process and where I was and how broken I felt in the process, I didn't feel like I was in a good place. You know, I felt like, darn, all this stuff that I have, it equals nothing. Where did that come from? Nobody ever said it. He didn't say it. She didn't say it. It was what I thought. It was what I felt. It was what I saw. And I grabbed hold to what my flesh saw, what my flesh felt. And what it did was put me in a place where but it was beautiful. So when we get in places like that, hey Kenya, when we get in places like that, we have to remember, right? Why am I seeing this? So I had to take the good in it on Sunday and look at it. God was exposing another place that I needed to surrender to him so that I could be more of him and less of me. God, you know, what are you willing to ask? God, show me. Expose to me what's in me that's keeping me from my next. God, show me what is broken so that I can move to my next. And not so that I can fix it, but so that I can surrender it completely unto you. Because he's so patient. He's waiting. He's just waiting for us. You know, he's waiting for us to give it unto him. You know, so so he shows you then what you do with the showing. You know, I'm not going to wear it as a badge of honor, something that I talk about all the time, something that I dwell in, because I've done that too. I've talked about the hurt. I've talked about it because what it has done was help me. You know, I'm sitting here on a crusade, on a campaign of, you know, I'm not that person anymore. I'm here. God is, you know, no, we don't even have to do that. We just have to walk. We just have to move. Good morning, y'all. We just have to go do the work. We no longer have to talk about who we used to be. We no longer have to, you know, try to, you know, give validation for where we used to be. You don't owe anybody that. You know, that's something that I'm having to work through. I have to be unapologetic for the things God is doing in my life. I have to be unapologetic for the moves that are being made. Because guess what? I don't owe anyone anything. I owe him my all. I want God to be pleased. So we need God to be pleased with our work. We need God to be pleased with our worship. We need God to be pleased with the things that we're doing. You know what I mean? For his children. You know? So we're sitting in places where we stuck, but how many of us truly just want to go, God, listen, show me me. Show me where I need to be better. God, show me what I need to do differently. You know, every season doesn't look the same, but I want to be whole. I want to do the things you would have me to do. So how many of us are committed to doing those things? How many of us are truly committed to actually asking God, holy fire, burn away anything that is not like you? Because I want more of you and less of me. Listen, our greatest victory is in him. The assignments that he gives us, the things that he gives us to do, the ways he tells us to go, the assignments that he gives us. How many assignments are we picking up? How many tasks are we picking up that are ones that we desire and not what he's called us to? You know, what is it? Y'all, listen, we have to be clear. We really have to be clear. Because in this season, we want to make sure that we're doing what he would have us to do, you know, not what we desire. Because there's a couple things I want to do, you know, and I'm learning piece by piece that he hadn't called me to that. He hadn't said go and do that. You know, sometimes it's rest. You know, because sometimes we get a word or we have confirmation that this is coming, right? And when we hear that's coming, we get hyped, we get ready. This is what I've been waiting on. You know, it's more or less like you sitting on the bench and you're like, put me in, coach. I'm here. Put me in, I'm ready. But as we're sitting there bouncing, right? And this is what I'm seeing. We're bouncing on the sideline and we hyped and we ready. Put me in. Because I heard you say, you know, you heard him talk to the assistant coach. In a minute, we're going to put Belton in, right? It's a quiet, we about to put Belton in. But you get hyped and you get ready. But you're exerting energy. You know, because you're getting hyped and ready because you're thinking when the bell, when they call, because I don't know much about sports, but when that quarter ends, you're thinking you're about to be put in. When in all actuality, what he's telling you to do, he's allowing us to hear. I have great things coming for you. Your blessing is on the way. It's businesses and things are set forth. You might have seen it in a dream. You may have had a prophetic word spoke over your life, right? So he's giving you sign that he's about to put you in the game, right? So you're getting hype and getting ready, right? Oh, put me, I'm ready, you know, because you've applied faith plus works, right? You've applied, you know, putting in the work and not operating on, like last week I told you, that TT cup of faith. No, you got that big cup of faith, right? You ready because you've been doing the work. You've applied, you've done that, you've got your LLC, you got all these things, right? You got everything lined up, you got your business plan laid out. You have your resume put together, you've submitted it, you're waiting on the interview, you're sitting there, right? So we're in there, right? We hype, we ready. But what he's really telling you is, I'm giving you a preview of what's to come. But instead of exerting energy on the sideline, like, yes, coach, you about to put me in. I'm ready to go, right? You know, that's exerting energy. You're burning something jumping, right? What he's telling you to do is just sit. So when you hear your name being called, when you see that they're about to put you in, just calm down on that sideline, right? Just start focusing. Listen, if you look, a lot of the basketball players that are professional, right? They know their turn is coming up if they hadn't started, right? Even the ones that have watched and paid attention, you may see them with a towel over their head. You may see them with their head nailed down. You may see them in a posture where it's resting, where they're resting. See, that posture right there helps you build energy. So while you're sitting and you're waiting, you've gotten that prophetic word. You've taken the faith and you put it with the works, and now you're putting things in order, right? But see, sometimes what happens is we get stuck because we think you gotta hurry up and get stuff done. No, if you've done the work, if you've applied the faith, if you've done the things that he's told you to do, sometimes it's just called rest in it, right? Just rest. Allow him to build you up. Allow him to get you ready for what's to come. So you sit and you just rest, right? Because see, I keep seeing that basketball players, two different kind. It's one that's sitting over there and everybody probably sitting thinking, oh, you looking real uppity. You looking real like you got it all together. You looking like, you know, you the man, you the junk. And the crazy part is, it's not that, because you see the one over here hyped and ready. So then you like, look, you need that fire right there. You sitting around, you need that fire. You need that fire. That's what you need. Nah, in all actuality, the one that you think is uppity, one that you think don't care, what he's doing is probably praying. What he's probably doing is pulling on the Father's coat, pulling on the Father. Give me the strength so when I go in here, I'm able to handle the assignment. When I get in the game, I don't want to run out of breath. When I get into this, I don't want to get winded. So if I sit here and just stay calm, if I sit here and stay in this posture of rest, right? If I stay right here, then I'll have the endurance to run the race. I'll have the endurance to finish out the quarter. I won't get weary in well-doing. So when they snatch the ball, I'm able to actually see so that I can come up with the strategy, so I can hear his voice, go to the left, go to the right. But if I'm over here hyped and ready, by the time they go to steal the ball, I'm tired because I've exerted energy that I didn't have to. I just had to sit and wait for my turn. Some of us are in the season of just sitting and being patient. I'm getting things together. I'm putting your names in rooms. I'm setting things up. Just be patient. Stay focused on me. Just stay patient. Stay calm. Stay right there. Right there. Study your word. Read your scriptures. Pray your scriptures. Seek me. It's all right. It's all right. Oh yeah, you see her? She out there? It's all right. It's all right, because 9 times out of 10 right there, when you get in the next quarter, that's who gonna pass you the ball. I got her going forth, getting the land ready for y'all, because see, you never know how long she's been in that posture. So just hold tight. Don't overexert energy that I need you to keep for the next quarter. So we're in the final quarter, and a lot of times they'll tell us, get ready. It's final quarter. What do you have to get done? No, ask God. In this final quarter, am I to be working or am I to be resting? In this final quarter, am I to do this event or am I just supposed to show up at an event? How about this? Am I really supposed to go to this event or is it no need for me to be there? In this final quarter, because the way we think and the way we hear things taught to us, we feel like we got to be busy in this final quarter because this is the end. What are you setting up? The crazy part is he may have you in a quiet place so that everything that needs to be laid out for the first quarter of 2022 can be laid out in excellence. Sometimes we roll out things too quickly and it's not done in excellence. The beautiful part is he gives us grace and mercy. But why overexert when you can be resting in him and getting full instructions and ask him to show you? Listen, what I'm learning in this season is this is a different level of faith. Yes, Jametta, listen, my mentor, my sister, So at the end of the day, we got to work this faith thing differently. You work it. You've done the work. Some of us have done the work. Now he's waiting for us yep, you did a good job on that assignment. We done got the high five on the assignment. Now sit back. Sit back and allow him to show you where he would have you to go. Let him orchestrate your moves. Let him tell you over there, daughter. No. You thinking you going to Atlanta? No. Go to Charlotte. But God, over there is where everything's set up. Go to How many of us in this season is going to be willing to change our GPS to what God say? God's GPS, not our own. Not what we've typed in the address, but where he's put in the address. What his destination is for us. How many of us are ready to actually let him take full control? See, we've been talking about it a long time. We've been saying we've been ready for it a long time. But in all actuality, have we really allowed him to take full control of our GPS? Have we allowed him to really take full control of where we're supposed to be? Nah, we hadn't. So how about on your GPS of life, you go ahead and type in God's direction. Don't even worry about putting the street name in. Don't even worry about it. Let him put the street name in. Let him put the street number in. Let him put the state and the city. Let him have full control. That's a different level of faith, y'all. That's where you surrender it all. What you say, Shadow? You say so too? What does that look like? What would that be? Not caring that people say, it doesn't look like you're supposed to be over there. That don't look like what you're supposed to be doing. Well, if you're not Jesus, If you're not the Lord, then guess what? You really don't have any input on this. And standing strong and knowing where he sent you. I'm running off a totally different GPS. No longer will I try to dictate where I go, but I'll go where he leads me. I will follow him wherever I go. What does that look like? What does that look like for us? Sometimes we're sitting and we're waiting for people to give us permission to go somewhere where God has sent us. Stop waiting for man to give you permission. You know? So rest in him. I give unto you the offering of rest. Rest. Everything is lining up for your good as long as you've put him in the forefront. You've given him control of your GPS. You've given him control of what, you've talked to him. The beautiful thing about this 40-day prayer challenge is discipline. I pray for discipline. And my body is like waking up at 5:15 every morning, right? 5:15 every morning. But it's because I allowed him to run my GPS. I'm learning to give him full control. I'm learning to ask him the hard questions. Because, see, I used to avoid asking the hard questions because I didn't want the answers. I didn't want to know how to fix those things because they don't feel good. It doesn't feel good. So I rather had lived in the dark. Can we just be honest? Sometimes I'd rather just not know. I'd rather just not know. But I really want to know. I want to know these voided places. I want to know these voided places. I want to know these empty places. 2018, I committed to the pain of healing, right? But do we know healing is an ongoing journey? Do we know that healing is ongoing because things happen? So we have to, it's ongoing. But it has caused me to want to expose myself to him. Not to man, but to him. It's not like he doesn't know, but he's a gentleman. So he's not going to force his way in. So now I expose myself to you. God, what is it in me that made me react to that this way? What is it in me that causes me to look at things this way? What is it in me that caused me to look at myself this way? Exposing yourself to him can bring out some things, man. But expose me so that I can be healed. Expose me so that I can be whole. Expose me so that I can be who you've called me to be. Expose me. I want to lay in the purest place with him because I no longer want to put on hidden agendas and hidden things because I'm ashamed. He knows. He wants us to be free unto him. He wants to give us freedom. We have to be willing, vulnerable, and ready. And if we're honest about it, that's the only way that we could continue to move in the ministries that he give us. Because how dare you speak of something you're not doing? How dare you go teach something you're not applying? The season of doing one thing in the light and another thing in the dark is over. Exposure is coming. So what you do in the dark, make sure it's what you do in the light. Make sure that what you're laying before people is authentic and true. Make sure that what you're showing people is really what you're doing. We have to stop teaching what we're not applying. We have to stop talking about things that we're not doing. Don't tell me how to eat right, then you close the door and you eating wrong. Don't tell me how to meditate and you don't even meditate, but you holding meditation classes. Don't have us somewhere talking about praying and then you not praying. It's time for us to do the things that we're telling people to do. It's time for our lives to match what we're speaking. Don't sit here and tell me that I need to be a better wife, but you over here being evil to your husband. Don't tell me how to sit here and mother my children, but you not mothering yours. It's time for our lives to match. And the only way that will happen is if we honestly ask him, God, what is in me that is off? Help me see it. Holy fire, burn away anything that is not like you. And guess what? Lord, show me. Before we burn it, show me. Because sometimes those memories are embedded in our mind for a reason. Oh, I didn't know I was like that. Oh, goodness. You get what I'm saying? God, please forgive me. Because some stuff we're operating in came from generational curses. Some things we're dwelling in, it come from generational stuff. And so it may be heavier on you because you're the generational curse breaker. Maybe you are the one that these things are being exposed to you because you are the one that has been called to uproot these things that have your family bound, that has caused your family to be stuck. So if that's the case, God, show me. But when he show you, you truly deal with it. You truly handle it. You truly get it straight. You truly surrender it to him, not just for conversation, not just for another stream of income, but to be whole and complete, to help someone else break those same generational curses. So I offer you today, expose yourself unto him. Show him all of you. He already know, but expose yourself differently to him. Show him that you have a deeper desire to be closer to him for your growth, for his glory, for your ministry, whatever it is. But we can't do ministry the way we've been doing it because we've been operating out of order. Him first. God, show me. Show me me. Show me the places I need to heal. Show me the things that I need to let go of. Holy fire, burn away anything that is not like you. Because I want more of you and less of me. So today, I offer to you for you to sit and really think of the things that are more of you and less of him. What are those things that are holding you back from what he has for you? Whether it be self-doubt, whether it be gossiping, whether it be malice in your heart, whether it be anger, unforgiveness, hurt, disappointment. What is it? And whatever it is, you give it to him in faith, knowing, fear, in faith, knowing that he's going to help you through it, knowing that he's going to take all those things, take all those voided places, take all those places where you're hurt and broken, irrigate them. He's going to clean it out. Because he's the great physician. He is the great physician. And my God, he is the one that can irrigate that wound. He can fill it with all good things, all the antibiotics, all the gauze. He fills it. He stitches you up. And all you have is a scar. And some scars you won't even have. Some battle wounds are there for a reason. But some you won't even see anymore. You'll look and go, I didn't even know I had a scar right here. Like I forgot. Some scars are left there for a reason. But allow the great physician to come in. Allow him to take care of you. Allow him to irrigate those wounds. Allow him to stitch you back up. So as you move into your next, you're whole, you're clear, and you're full. Your level of faith has grown because you've seen him do the work. You hadn't had to run off anybody else's faith portion. You got your own now. So now you're operating in your measure of faith that he's given you, because you've seen miracle signs and wonders in your life. Because he is the God of miracle signs and wonders. So guys, today, go to him, ask him. Remove anything that is none of you out of my life. Burn it. Don't just sit it to the left. Don't move, just move it, God. Because we be like, move it, God, out my way. No, burn that. I don't want it. I don't want any remnants of it. Burn it. Burn it. Because it is none of you. So I only want what you have for me. So let's set fire to some stuff today. Let's mean it with our whole hearts. If it's not beneficial to you, set it to fire. Let him burn it away. So if you're not my friend on Facebook, it was Empty Me by William Murphy is the song I heard coming out of prayer this morning, and felt led to share it. So burn it. Let's set some stuff to fire, some stuff that is not beneficial to us, stuff that has us bound and keeping us from moving to our next. For the ones of us that are in the season of just rest and allowing him to take over, and I think, and honestly, that's all of us. Start deleting the addresses and the desires that you have in your GPS. Let's go ahead and put it in God's GPS. And when we put things in God's GPS, we give him full control of our life. Where you will have my feet to go, where you will have my voice to carry. God, it's on you to take it there. I will do what you tell me to do. Just like we follow Siri and the voice on GPS to the T, she tell you to turn right, you turn right. She tell you to go left, you turn left, because you have confidence in her that she's going to get you to the destination in which you have put in your phone. So what I offer to you all is to have that same trust in God. That when he tells you to turn left, you go left. When he tells you to go straight, you go straight. When he tells you to stop and rest, you stop and you rest. When he tells you to say something, you say it. I want you to have as much trust as you have in Alexa, Siri, your GPS on your Google GPS, your car GPS. I want you to have that level of faith times 10 in God, because his GPS will never lead you wrong. Sometimes they get you to the wrong place. Sometimes Siri cuts on the wrong song. Alexa cut off instead of staying on. But we still trust them so much. You go, girl, that's not what I told you. And then you tell her again and she goes there. So then you trust her again. Why don't we have that same level of trust and faith in God that he will get us where we need to go? He hadn't failed us yet. So we're burning some things and we're setting our GPS to God. How about that on the day? We just going to give him full control in every place of our life. We're seeking his full capacity, not ours. Ooh-wee. His full capacity, not ours, because we can't even fathom what he has. We can't fathom the things that he will do. It's time for us to walk in a different level of faith, y'all. It's time for us to move differently. It's time for us to stop playing small and give it all unto him. It's time. So I love you guys. And I thank you guys for joining me this morning. I'll be back next Wednesday. What is that, Thanksgiving Eve? I'll be back Thanksgiving Eve for a sip of morning motivation. If you feel led, please share the broadcast. Please share it to your friends that you feel may need it. Share it to your Facebook. I am Shavetta Belton. I am the maker of Faith Plus Works Equals Success, and we should have some custom shirts coming out soon, guys. Also, the Journey to Healing Retreat. We do have a date. It's March 17th through the 22nd. You will hear more about it. This will be our third Journey to Healing Retreat, our second one on location. We do know that we will be in Kiowa Island this time. So I am super excited about the move of God and what he's doing in this season. If you missed the one that we had in September, we have the one that is coming in March. So please keep your eyes open for Good Morning Guys for all of the information. But I'm excited about what's to come for me, for you, for all of us. But thank you for joining me this morning for a sip of morning motivation. You guys, go be who God has called you to be, because there's somebody waiting on you so they can be who God has called them to be. Understand that your assignment is waiting on you, and it's people waiting for what you have, patiently waiting for you to move forward. So I love you guys so much. I thank you for joining me. And I will see you next Wednesday at 7 a.m. with a smile on my face and a grateful heart, because I love each of you more than you will ever know, and I appreciate you. God bless you all. Have a good day. Good day, Instagram. I love you all. Talk to you soon.
I'm going to sing this song. It goes like this. Listen.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to hang up with it.
I desire for that thing that is not of you.
Y'all have the best day ever. Thank y'all for joining me. I love y'all so much. Talk to you soon.